So the next person that's going to be reading, unfortunately, again, I don't have much experience with him outside of these walls. There are certain people that I'll go the entire month without seeing or talking to or even thinking about. But once a month, on the second Thursday of the month, there are people that I see here. And I get to see them read, I get to learn things about them. And Loren Weiss is one of those people. I've seen him read here for quite a while, and there's an earnestness and innocence to his poetry that captures me every time that he reads. And is this your first featured reader here at the Literary Cafe? This is your first feature?
Yes.
Then this is also the first time that I will be seeing Loren perform many of his poems, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure that all of us are, who come here to the Literary Cafe with any regularity. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Mr. Loren Weiss.
Yay.
Well, he was so organized and well-read and stood here. I watched his posture, and this is the other side of the coin. You know? I am not as well organized as he is.
That's the way Steve likes to...
Yeah, right. And
fix this for you?
yeah, get down a little bit, okay. And if this video turns out well, I want you to know it's going to be emailed to California, where a young woman who inspired me to start writing about 10 years ago. She's from a very famous film family, and she's never seen me read, always wanted me to send a recording, so I'm going to, hopefully this'll take. This is from a little chapbook here I did called I'd Rather Be Flying, because I was a pilot flew my own plane for about 26 years, and so there's a couple of flying poems in here, but my stuff is not as personal as Guy's, and a little different. This first poem is called Profile. A thunderstorm in progress over Denver Airport as the airspace closed. Waiting for delayed flights, anxious people fidget, crowd into aisles with blue plastic seats. A swarthy man, head shaved and polished, sits 2 rows away facing me. Eyes set in deep, dark sockets. Behind wire-rimmed glasses, refuse contact. Stare at nothing. Black mustache trimmed in a thin line extends down along each side of his mouth, joins the beard, looping around under swollen lips. He doesn't notice the young man sitting next to me sketching him. What's in his pockets, I wonder? My flight is called. No sweat. He's not boarding. Went to China a couple of years ago, and there's some great stuff there. There's a place called the Li River, which the Li River runs through a little town called Guilin. This poem is called the Li River. Boats in single file, a giant Chinese dragon drifting snake-like through the seductive scene. Flotilla of Peking ducks guards the pebbled shore. Horned, bestial, water buffalo play submarine, dive to graze on seaweed-covered riverbed. Peaks materialize, phantoms out of the blue-gray haze ahead. Either side, karst mountains, lush, green-shrouded, rise up out of the earth through shards of sifting mist. Imagination time. A camel, a horse, a bearded old man, a field of mounds, topped off with points, erect nipples of naked women. Sharply outlined, tree-covered, vertical, a phallic shape pierces fog that settles around it. Fades into firmament behind. The dragon rides the sensuous flow. Another Chinese is a poem called The Great Wall Challenge. Don't even think about how far there is to go. Count 25 stone steps, uneven. Stop for rest. Repeat, repeat. Negotiate with God to survive the climb. Throngs of olive-eyed jabber, babble, push upward from behind. Swarms circle around. Thighs ache. Breath comes in deep, hard drafts. Sweat soaks my clothes under the Gore-Tex wind shell. Through lookout windows in the sides of the endless great stone monster, cold wind whips at my wet head and neck, chills my overheated blood. Sharply upward, last 200 feet, legs turn to jelly, barely walking. Cling to the handrail, don't yield, then finally a level place. Rest period, look down. How did they build it? Over 22 centuries ago. 4,000 miles across jagged mountaintops. Hundreds of thousands sweated more than I. Couldn't stop for rest. So many died. Still lying, packed in with sticky rice, somewhere underneath me. Oh, great, great. Oh, thank you.
On the bar.
Hey, all right. Thank you, Linda. Anyway. The loser. I like to wager when the chance to win can be calculated. I know there's also a chance to lose. Horse favored to win by all the experts. Doesn't feel like running today. Can't tell us why. Black comes up 10 times in a row on the roulette wheel. Now, bet the bundle on red. Ball skitters and bounces, sure enough. It's not black. This time it drops in the slot for 0. The color of unripe tomatoes. The ultimate gamble is to fall in love. When all signs say go ahead, proceed with loving caution. Horse didn't tell you if he felt like running. Sure bet on red, turned sour green. You don't have to. We can skip the applause. Yeah, that reminds me, I said this earlier, first love. First love, it sinks in deep, like a vaccination. The scar never quite goes away. Right. Back to the track. Players. Most faces leaving racetrack or casino early have the same blank look. They're losers' faces. Well, a few have smiles, the Cheshire Cat face of pleasure, worth whatever it's cost. All are losers in this early crowd. Winners are inside, still playing. They'll be along later. Same blank look, but Cheshire Cat smile. Yeah, I had a factory for a while, made castings. This is called Trapped. I sit in my office, the buzz, thump, and hum of the factory turned off. Welcome silence. Swivel toward the window where a month ago I squeezed the life out of a spider roaming innocently between 2 plexiglass panels strategically placed to soften winter's breath. Its lifeless body, pressed now with legs outstretched in silhouette against opaque sky beyond. We take our chances every day. How easily we can be caught and trapped. Hurt feelings on display. And then in the factory also, this is called Graveyard. When I ran the business all by myself, after my partner was out of it, I learned it was pretty lonely at the top. In the plant, late afternoon sun filters in through sooty windows, casts long shadows on the unlit, work-weathered floor. A few presses remain, sold for pennies on the dollar, wait to be lifted from their old home, strapped on a flatbed to be scrapped, to be dead. Until then, They stand there, obelisks in a graveyard. So guess what? It's pretty fucking lonely at the bottom, too. Okay. This is called Exam Time. Well, most of you are too young to understand this stuff, but maybe kind of. Stripped naked, I note the suit I was born in. It's wrinkled, where once it was smooth and nicely filled. Covered lightly now with thin cotton gown, tied up the back, still partly open. Lie on fresh white paper on top of a hard table that moves on rollers. Slide into the huge plastic donut. Lights chase each other around in a circular clear glass inner raceway that curves with soft cat-like sounds. Hold your breath now. Freeze for a few moments on the edge of a silent hurricane, then pass through the eye of the storm into the clear beyond, the end of the scam by the one cat to which I'm not allergic. Okay. Oh, I gotta read one from over here now. This is called Remission. It's a fairly new one. I haven't read it in public too often. You'll see why maybe. Words roll off the doctor's tongue like a waiter confirming my dinner order. You have a blood lymphoma, a cancer, not curable, but treatable when your blood chemistry tells me it's time. 3 years later, stretched out on a lazy boy, trade first names with Karen. We drift into our own thoughts, not caring to intrude on each other's hazy episode. Look up at clear bag of fluid hooked on arms of shiny stainless stickman towering above me. Clear liquid drips from clear plastic pouch through clear plastic valve into clear plastic spaghetti, its needle nose stuck into an innocent blue vein. Around the room, lazy boys aligned in a semicircle like ladies under dryers at a beauty parlor. 5 of us, similarly hooked, soak up our medicine, seek our holy grail. On a lighter note, 60th reunion. I think this poem I actually read on CLV when they had a Valentine's Day contest, and for some reason they liked this one. Thin gray hair covers heads bent forward, awkwardly trying to read name tags through bifocals. A check for survivors. Those we hardly knew in 1944 become new best friends. Find Elaine. Finally time to tell her how I loved her silently in grades 7, 8, and 9. Pressed against each other, hug held, soft and warm, lips brushed slowly, honestly, 60 years late. I'm looking for someplace here. Oh, okay, yeah, this is a couple music poems. This one's on page 14, right? Okay. I don't like modern music. I don't know if I offend anybody that really likes the modern symphony music. This is called Witold Lutoslawski's Symphony No. 4. A tonal garbage grows on stage in ragged rows at Severance Hall. Periods of unexplained silence fester between the measures, filled with churning gas. At the end, the final chords explode in a huge fart. Blossom al fresco. Blossom. Here somewhere on the previous page. Same orchestra, different scene. Chords descend in order, float out of the pavilion, climb the grassy hill. People sprawl on quilts and blankets drink wine, eat cheese, KFC, deli turkey on challah spread with Russian. Cool air settles, mingles with twilight, turns to night. Fragrant candles spring up, spread their sensuous scent. Children doze in parental shelter. Lovers embrace, unaware of jealous eyes. Listen to beautiful music. Dream of good love to be made later. Right. How are we doing here? Okay.
Oh yeah, doing fine.
Okay. Oh, one more music poem. Manny, Chris, and Ludwig. Okay, Manny, Chris, it's, well, you'll figure out it. The Chris is Von Duckman, and the other two guys will. Manny, Chris, and Ludwig. Heads bob, animated conversation, smiles and warm-up sounds, murmurs in the hall, sturdy air and ripe anticipation. Everyone is up one level. Look around. Emmanuel Axe follows the giant with the thin white stick and the thick white top as he strides to the base of his mount. Applause. His Cheshire cat smile forecasts his pleasure, soon to be ours, to freely float in, dreaming. Magic fingers fly across the keyboard, now alive with sounds that tumble over another in perfect order. Did Ludwig know his masterpiece would be played like this? Pleasure given from his pen to ears 200 years away? What would he play if he came back for one more score? His encore. Good question. A short poem called Scene at Severance. True story. France is, the new conductor. Scene at Severance. France, a grasshopper up on his hind legs, flaps wings in wild concentric circles. Soprano, sad eyes frozen, head down, chin touches bare cleavage. Man in balcony stares in binoculars, hoping for a nipple to show above the low-cut dress. Okay, we're almost done. I got a couple more here. Yeah. Oh, I gotta put my hat on. Would you hand me that, man? There's the fishing hat. I went on a fishing trip with my brother last August. This is called the Big Fish Adventure. This is the first day. Whoops, that's the second day. We don't want to do that. Where's the first day? Uh-oh. I know it's here somewhere.
This is the third day and then the side of your signature.
Well, you know what?
I'd rather be flying.
No. You know what? I think we're going to eliminate that one because I don't seem to have it.
Yeah,
I'll do the second day. Okay, here's the second day. Okay.
first day you're still trying to figure out where.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the first day, one of the guys loses his luggage. I mean, here we are. We fly 600 miles north of Saskatoon and his float plane, and we get there, and he's running. Everybody, it's a beautiful, crystal clear lake, and we're on this island, and everybody's really charged up, ready to go, and he doesn't have his stuff, and it's this pristine atmosphere, and he's running around, where the fuck is my luggage? Well, it came the next day, and he was better.
Let him clean the cabin while you guys go.
Yeah. The second day, Big Fish Adventure. Rod tip barely bobbles. A tentative tug on the line. Hoist the rod up sharply now. Set the hook. A tug. And a harder tug. A tug. A tug. Start to wind. Unexpected. Rod bends to the strength of the fish. Flexes beyond a right angle. Tip held high now. A cushion. Or the unseen captive will break the line, swim away. Tugging stops. Careful, it may be swimming toward the rod. Wind quickly, keep tension on the line. If it goes slack, the prize will be gone without a swirl or flash of belly white. No open jaws breaking the surface plane. Oh no, the line is taut. No tugging. Shit, maybe I've snagged the bottom. Suddenly, the fight resumes. It's not bottom after all, it's one goddamn big fish. Struggle feels familiar. Was it at birth while still connected? The unspoken lure of fishing? Finally held up out of the water, then released from the hook alive. We both will remember this meeting. My pleasure is in that feeling, not in killing the fish. And his fish. Okay, I lost my place here. We're about done. Okay. Crushed. Sit patiently in a parking lot exit. Wait for oncoming traffic to clear. Relentlessly, wet snow falls, covers pavement. Slush for salty snow cones accumulates. An 89 gas guzzler, black and chrome, approaches from the left, tries to turn in. It slides in slow motion. Right front bumper implants itself in my left front fender. Tall, young, blonde, and beautiful driver gives me her insurance info. It assures me she's in good hands. State Farm will take care of everything. Her name vibrates a brain cell. Curious writer within me asked her where she works. Associate editor, Northern Ohio Live. Wow, I've met an editor without an appointment. I send her a copy of this poem. My car lives. The poem dies in her slush bowl. Okay, I think we'll, this will be my last one. If I can find it, it's on page. Okay. It's just a little magic. Walk on the crunchy gravel drive. Look over the hedge at the garden. Sun's rays over my shoulder, shining on a cosmos with perfect pink petals. Its single yellow gold eye looks directly at me. I smile. The flower smiles back. Well, touched by that magic, what if some of those we've loved come back as beautiful flowers so they can feel our love again? My mother always planted cosmos until she died in 1951. I smile again at the flower. Air is calm, and yet it nods. And then it smiles back. Thank you.
That was fantastic. One more time for Loren Weiss. I'm glad I got the opportunity to see you perform there. That was really, really good. I really liked it. There were two things that jumped out at me. Probably the first thing was that while people were talking in the bar area, Steve was looking over there and I was looking over there, and I'm like, we're talking while he's performing. And Loren was up here just like, whatever.
He knows what, he's a vet, man.
Exactly.
He knows what it's like.
I hope to someday have that centerness of character. That was.
New guys here for the
I've heard you read. You got it.
That was wonderful, and I'm glad that I was here to hear it. That was
I
really
hope it goes to
fantastic.
California.
I guarantee it'll make it there by the end of the evening. Well, hopefully we have a couple of names on the list.
I think we might.
What I would like to do.
What's the date next month? Shall it fly?
Don't ask me. Hold on, let me
You
check.
better
no idea.
know. I can't figure
I mean,
out how
I'll
to
be
use it.
here. The
What?
soft ones are good. I'll be
You're
here.
freaking reading, chick.
I know.
Oh, that's right. You're the featured reader next month.
Friday the 13th. Are you serious?
No, that's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th is
Thursday
right
the 12th.
afterwards. I was looking down that column, like, what?
Well, hopefully we can continue this the success of tonight into next month. I think the two featured readers this evening, I was incredibly impressed. One more time for both of the featured readers. Really good job. Thank you both for coming out.
Yeah.
Good job, Loren.
Get your name in the book.
The best thing is when you get to see regulars who are here making their bones every month, and then they get up to do a featured reading and knock it out of the park like Loren did. That was fantastic. So what we're going to do is we've got a bunch of names here. So we do have the official list for next month, July 12th. We have the featured readers Carmen Tracy and John Dorsey. So come back on July 12th for that. Did you find the other poem that you wanted to read?
That's all right.
Well, you know what? When you're ready, you just let me know. You hop up here. We'll bump any of these.
We'll do it open mic.
Exactly. We'll bump any of these open mic readers off if you need to.
Yeah, forget that.
All right. So we're gonna give everybody a minute to let that settle in. We're gonna take just a little 5-minute break, 10-minute break before between the featured readers and the open mics. So everybody grab your drink, take a walk, do what you need to do, and when we come back, the open mic portion of the evening will begin.
Yeah, what's happening this game?
Thanks for reading, man. You were at Mage's reading. Yeah, we met there. Carmen. And I forget yours.